Hello everyone, I'm Luc. I'm the designer of Sky Team, and I want to thank all of the Chinese players for the welcome of the game and also the Game Innovation Conference for being in the nominees with Sky Team. It's a great pleasure and with great other board game in the list. I will take a few minutes to talk about the creation of Sky Team and what about innovation, what about development in the game. The story started in the lockdown in 2020 in April. Everyone is at home in family, and I was thinking about a friend, Olivier, was uh, was always his mind in the air. We are a family of pilots. His brother, his sisters in a control tower, and his father was pilot of Concorde. So he has a aviation family, and I'm thinking about this guy. And during the lockdown, I say it could be a good idea to create a game about aviation to talk with this guy and have new connections. So the first steps was to have knowledge about the fly, how a big piece of metal can fly, how is a cockpit, what is the work of the pilots, and what are the different airports and the condition of flying. So it started by many hours on internet to see video about flying, about physics, about different airplanes, video of takeoff also to have all of that in mind. Then I take contact with my friend to talk about what is his point of view about the key point of flying. And a first point about creation is that I think we can decide when the idea comes. We can not say I take 2 hours in my planning and I will have new ideas and I will create. Creation is like a curve. Sometime in a few weeks there is nothing good, mm, no ideas that I can keep and work on it. And sometimes it's all night long that I'm on a computer to put ideas in order, and I think there is something. So the first point is that we are not sure when it comes. From my point of view, it comes when the mind is free. What I mean is, I have a big family, I have activities, and so on. And when I think about that, there is no place for new ideas. And the new ideas are coming when the mind is free. From my point of view, it's when I'm on the shower, when I'm going to sleep, the few minutes between I sleep and I forget what is my day, and these few minutes, here are the idea coming. So we can't force ideas and we can't force creation. We have to adapt on that. So during an afternoon, I'm going to a nap, and then I think about my friend. I think about what could be a game, and I think the first and the main point of this creation was the objective. The key point of the creation is I don't want to create a game on flying, not a simulator. The key point is I want a game to give the feeling of a pilot, to give the sensation of the pilot and the tension in the few minutes before landing. Everyone knows that landing is this moment when we touch the ground and the few minutes to go there, the eyes put the focus on this moment and everything is to prepare that moment. And I want to translate these moments, these feelings about the pilots, the tension, that they need to be really focused. So it's a key part of creation because it gives a short time of play. I don't want big game, it's just few minutes. That's why the last turn has other constraints. We reintroduce some constraints, the axis, the brakes, and so on. Everything is on this focus. So the first step for this creation was to bring to have knowledge about flying. So first step is many hours on internet to see videos of landing, to see videos of physics of flying, of the air, of the airport, of the cockpit, of the pilot's work. So a big part of research. Then I make some call with my friend to put some first steps, and I will show you. As you can see, that's one of the first prototypes. So the board, the cockpit is quite similar at the final version. One player, the other, brakes, radio, and so on, flaps, landing gear here. So the cockpit was really few to do and quite easy to do. But we will see in other points that the airport and the scenario was another work. So when I have this start of the cockpit, I make also call with the father of my friend, who was a real pilot of the Concorde. So it was a real great time because he has lots of information to share, lots of knowledge about flying, but also knowledge about the different airports. It was really interesting to have this airport as lots of wind. This one we have to make a turn. This one is very crowded, and so on. It was really interesting. So I have the prototype. I have a campaign. The first prototype has a campaign of about 20 scenarios with really difficult one at the end. I lost it 20 times before I win the last one, so it was very difficult. The next step was to find a publisher. So I take contact with Christian from the Scorpion Masqué, and I think he fell in love with the game because when he tested, he loves many scenarios but want to play it again. And I say that because we talk about the game during his holidays. He take time on his holidays to talk about the game, to talk about the future and different evolution. And also we talk by night because there is a time gap before Canada and France. So I was night, he was night, and we take many hours to talk about the game. So it was an evidence for both of us to work together. Then we can talk about the work of the publisher because there is a big work on this game. As we see, the board, the design of the board is quite okay, but we have to make immersion to the player. So they have to make big work on this cockpit with the axis that turns, that is more sexy than my horizontal bar track. They use the coffee token, instead of my concentration. They make a double layer board to put our dice, they don't move with a low cost. They respect a small cost for the player, and they also make big work on the roofs to make them very clear, very open, with lots of illustration. And that's a huge work that contributes to the success of the game. So big thanks to them for this work. And the big work together, the real big work, was on the scenarios, because we want that the game can touch many players. So we need easy scenarios and more difficult scenarios, so everyone can have something to eat in that's in the box. And we want also a big of replayability, so we put many ideas of some modules, some things that changed between different scenarios. And here is the huge work on testing these 2021 scenarios. Many hours, many hundred of tests to create this panel, this large range of scenarios. So to sum up the work on it, I think from my part, the key point was what I want to put in the game. So feeling of the pilot. That was the key for all the decision. What is important? What do we keep? What do we cut? Is always on this point of view. Is it the feeling, the sensation of the pilots, not a simulation? We have to keep some real link because everything is linked to the reality of a flight, the reality of the airport. For instance, the wind in Rio, the turn is in Japan. They are real. They are real. There is all the principle when we are going down, slowing down, or something like that. That's a real principle. But the idea is not to create a simulator with so many things to manage. It's really to be focused on the immersion and the sensation. That was my point, my key point. And for the publisher, the key point was the immersion and make it accessible to everyone. So that's what I can say about this creation. And thanks again for being there and for the welcome of the game in China, but everywhere in the world. It's so great, so great. So thanks again, and good luck for the other board game, and good presentation to the other designer. Bye, everyone.